Okay, my friends, here we go again. Today we are going to be making pork spare ribs with broccoli, Chinese style. Okay. Here I have 2 pounds pork spare ribs. The first thing we want to do is to dry it out, to dry the spare ribs with a paper towel. Okay. Once we do that, we chop the small pieces, the spare ribs, okay? Usually I use this cutting board for my meats, but I don't want it to ruin the cutting board, so I'm gonna chop it up on this other cutting board that I used to chop pieces of meat on it. Like I say, first we are gonna dry the pork spare ribs. I don't want it with the uses it has, when you buy it, and you open it up, the bags, sometimes, there is uses, blood on it, so I like to clean it out good, okay, before I chop it up. Okay, now we can start chopping up the pork ribs. Okay, I'm going to cut small pieces like this. I try to look in between the bones to cut it out. And we keep doing the same thing with the rest of the ribs. We already have the pork spare ribs and it's cut in small pieces. Now here we have the ingredients for the marination. The ingredients are 1 teaspoon sesame oil, probably you cannot even see it, 2 tablespoons Chinese rice wine, 3 minced garlic cloves, 1 tablespoon minced ginger, 1/4 teaspoon red pepper flake seeds, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 1 tablespoon oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons ketchup. What I will do is mix all these ingredients together in this bowl, and then I'm going to coat on top of the pork. And we are going to leave it on marination for about 1 hour. While the pork ribs are in marination, I'll be cutting the vegetables for it. I have one bunch of broccoli. I'm gonna cut it in small florets. And I have half a yellow pepper, half a red pepper. I'm gonna dice it. And after the ribs are cooked, we're gonna put this dish together. The pork ribs has been marinated for 1 hour already. What I'm going to do is to add it like a broth. I like to combine half a piece of chicken bouillon with half a piece of beef bouillon. I'm going to put it on this bowl. I'm going to add it 1.5 cups of water, and I will add to the ribs. We're going to cover the ribs with aluminum pepper and stick it in the oven to cook it for about 1.5 minutes. Just enough until the ribs get soft. The pork ribs were cooking in the oven for about 1 hour and 25 minutes, 1.5 hours. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put them back in the oven, but in broiler. I'm going to brown the pork ribs on both sides. Now the pork ribs are nicely browned one side. I'm gonna turn it around, brown the other side. It just finished browning the other side of the ribs. It looks very nice color. What I'm gonna do now, in this pot, I'm gonna strain the juices of the ribs. I'm gonna strain it on the pot. It just finished browning the other side of the ribs. It looks very nice color. What I'm gonna do now, in this pot, I'm gonna strain the juices of the ribs. I'm gonna strain it on the pot. Now I will skim the fat from the top of the juices. Okay. All the fat from the pork ribs are in there, so I'm gonna skim it out. In this bowl I have 1 tablespoon cornstarch. I'm turning the flame on. Okay. And I have in here, I have 2 tablespoons water. I'm going to dissolve the cornstarch with the water. It has to be cold water. Now that the liquid is boiling, I will add the cornstarch mix into the liquid. I will going to thicken it up. It's going to get thick. I have this wok here, heating it up. I'm going to add a little bit vegetable oil, and I'm going to stir fry the vegetables, the broccoli and the peppers together. Frying the vegetables, and to help the vegetables to cook a little bit, I'm going to add just a little bit of water. The vegetables are ready, are cooked already. I'm going to add the ribs, and I'm going to add the sauce to it. Now we are ready to serve. Here in this pot I made a brown rice with vegetables. It has corn, a little bit celery and carrots in it. So I got to serve a cup on each platter of with the brown rice. Okay, so here we have to finish as dishes. What I did, I sprinkled it up with a little bit scallions, a little bit chopped cilantro, and roasted sesame seeds. That's all I put on top of it. Well, my friends, I did enjoy cooking for you guys these two beautiful dishes. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye, take care.